The question of drill or not to drill offshore and within protected areas remains a topic of constant debate among Belizeans. Since U.S. Capital Energy received permission to conduct surveys within some portions of the almost 42,000-acre Sarstoon-Temash National Park, it has spurred conflict on many fronts, including from the Sarstoon-Temash Institute of Indigenous Management, Oceana in Belize, and the Coalition to Save Our Natural Heritage. One of the areas of added contention involved the cutting of a survey line that passes through the Conejo Lagoon, an area that should not have been cut. Executive Director of SATIM, Greg Chuck, told Love News last week that the villagers of Conejo now want compensation for whatever damage has been done. The letter shown is addressed to the country representative of U.S. Capital Energy, Alistair King, and bears the signature of the chairman of Conejo Village, Enrique McKin. It requests U.S. Oil to cease from any further work in the area, which the company has complied with. Love News asked U.S. Capital's permitting agent Martin Choco how the error could have happened.
I did not have a map of the village before, so the line went in Conejo community. It's about 4 or 5 kilometers.
Are you saying it was your fault that this happened?
I don't know whose fault is it, because we have a forestry permit. Here is the red line, is the national park. So I take care of issues outside of the park. So when it comes to forestry, I know this is the park boundary.
Well, you said you should have had a map and you didn't.
We do not have a Conejo map at the time.
We made a mistake and we went on there. Nobody's trying to get out of that, disputing that. But there really is no boundaries to the village. So if you're not careful, you don't know you're in it and you are in it. But I'm not trying to get away from the fact we made a mistake and went in there.
U.S. Capital's Alistair King told us that while the company accepts total responsibility for cutting through the lagoon, there is little to no permanent damage to the area.
There's no disaster to come from seismic. It's a fairly harmless process. We are environmentalists as well. You know, we are not, just because we're oil people, we're going to destroy the land. No.
This is how the survey line looks from about 400 feet above. It is a stretch measuring roughly 5 kilometers in length. U.S. Capital's geologist, Geddy Moran, says that the damage to the area is next to none.
There's a line that's been cut there, and there's some human traffic, foot traffic. Other than that, there's really not much else that's going to cause any kind of permanent damage. That area will grow back within a matter of months to maybe a year.
Moran explains that in this phase of the project, there is only seismic testing being conducted.
After the surveyors have come in here and identified where the sources are and where the receivers are going to be, we're going to have 2 fronts come in. And one will be the drillers. The drillers will be working on the pink flags, and they will actually work right there or as near as they can to that pin flag. And this is where they would drill a small hole about 3-inch in diameter to load a source charge. This is what we carry out into the field, and this is what we use to record the seismic energy that we generate. This is how we get our seismic data. Each one of these clips has a series of geophones, and these get planted into the earth.
But when you talk about using explosives, when you talk about the birds and the natural habitat, what kind of an impact on it?
There is no damage on the surface, and if you'd had a chance to experience this, yes, you could feel that energy, but all of it, or most of it is directed downward. That's right. And this is a matter of seconds, or a second. And after that, there's nothing.
While the leadership of various groups have raised concern over the activity being conducted within the national park, the project has received support from some of the same villagers of Conejo and surrounding areas who are employed with the company. They say that the job makes them able to provide food for their families.
The people need money. They need this opportunity, job opportunity, and at the end of the day, they are trying to cut it off from them. It's like getting food and they're taking it away from you.
More than 5 years, we have no jobs. Well, especially for the parents who got like 3 children at high school and 6 at primary school. No? We collect about 800 every 14 days, not like before. No?
I've come to a conclusion that the people are very, very glad of the initiative. They are. I can speak of that on my behalf because I have touched base with them.
The team has come to our next issue is saying that They doesn't want to accept the line that passed through close to Conejo Creek. But it's not the villagers who is saying that. It's only the two leaders that are saying that. The two leaders are saying that the people did not accept the line. But it's not that. The majority of the people from Conejo, they have said that they want the line to pass. We have signed about it.
U.S. Capital has, through a foundation it formed some years ago, been investing in the communities that make up the Sarston-Temash National Park. Benjamin Juarez is the project director of the Foundation for Academic Innovation, which is sponsored by U.S. Capital. The foundation provides computers for primary schools and educational institutions in the Toledo district. According to Juarez, since the project commenced 5 years ago, the students have registered a marked overall improvement on the primary school exams.
The schools have been performing really poor on the PSC exam, below national average in some subject areas. And we've come in at San Pedro, Colombia, and we've worked there, and we have, we maintain above national average in the 4 subject areas since 2007. Okay. And we got a top score in 2008. We continue to get top 10 score in the Toledo district on the PSC exam.
Since the project first started in 2007, 4 schools have received computers to complement their curriculum. It came at an investment, he says, of around $400,000. According to Alistair King, the same area being explored today for oil was explored back in the 70s, before it was declared a national park. Reporting for Love News, I am Marion Ali.